Sports Center from Los Angeles. And Steven, Grizzlies, Clippers going to a Game 7 Sunday. Who do you like?
Well, I like Memphis simply because Chris Paul is not 100% of not this Blake Griffin. They're a bit disabled right now. We know all about their injuries coming into the game. Chris Paul had a hip flexor. Blake Griffin had a knee injury. They were considerably less than 100%, and it showed. Zach Randolph had 18 points and 16 rebounds. Mike Conley, he ran the show exceptionally well. They did what they had to do to keep their poise and to keep the pressure on the Los Angeles Clippers, and they simply could not respond. If Chris Paul and Blake Griffin don't somehow get miraculously healthy within the next 48 hours, their season will be over.
Let's talk about the other team from L.A., Steven. The Lakers and Denver Nuggets, they're playing a Game 7. That game to take place Saturday night. And who would have thought Meta World Peace's suspension would actually end during this series against Denver? What kind of impact, if any, do you think he will make?
Well, I think he'll have a very significant impact simply because he's going to give you energy and tenacity. He's going to be physical, and obviously when you're playing a young team like the Denver Nuggets, you never know how you can rattle them. And obviously they're playing with house money because they were down 3-1. Nobody expected them to win this series, myself included. And having this series tied 3-3, they're in an exceptional situation because they have absolutely nothing to lose, everything to gain, and they've got a guy on Ty Lawson playing lights out and just doing what he wants to do against their defense. But at the same time, still in all, you still have Power Gasol. He's got to show up. I mean, he's been non-existent. There's an APB out for his game right now. Obviously, Andrew Bynum, he's a bit temperamental. He's been very disgusted. He hasn't been getting the ball enough. He's been rebounding the ball and blocking shots. But he needs to get active offensively, and Mike Brown's going to have to make sure that he does just that early in the game. But Meta World Peace, again, can infuse some energy and tenacity in that lineup and obviously get everybody excited about playing the Game 7. It's inexcusable that they should have to get excited. Nothing should get you more hyped up than a Game 7, but nevertheless, his presence alone will ensure that exactly happens. Now, where's that going to lead him in terms of how he's going to act? We'd like to believe that, again, he'll learn from the error of his ways and he'll be just fine. But we are talking about Meta World Peace here. Anything's possible.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that plays out. We definitely Gasol and Bynum have to show up. In other news, LeBron James, he is going to be named the MVP of the NBA for the third time in the last 4 seasons. What are your thoughts about this?
Well, sir, he got my vote weeks ago. He's had an exceptional season, big-time season. We all know that. He's been a man on a mission all season long. He's been absolutely spectacular. And I think we need to praise him, not just because of the way that he's performed on the court, but more importantly, in this truncated lockout, 66-game shortened season, this guy showed up ready to ball from day one. And there's a lot of credit that needs to go to a superstar who didn't sit back lollygagging during the offseason thinking that there wasn't going to be a season, so there was no reason for him to be prepared. He was preparing himself for this season. He deserves this award, and absolutely I congratulate him. But with all of that being said, who cares? He is the only 3-time MVP in history. In the history of this game, the only individual that has had 3 or more of the MVP honors that has never won a world championship. He is the greatest physical specimen we have ever seen in NBA history, but it means absolutely nothing if they don't close the deal and get the job done. So let's have this little celebration, right prior to Game 1 or 2, this Eastern Conference semifinal series coming up against the Pacers. We'll all clap and praise for him. You know what? Congratulations. Lottie Doodah, good for you. But he's got a mission to accomplish. You win the championship or the season is an absolute bust. Dwayne Wade recognized that. The fact that LeBron James has been on the record and said that, you know what, he's not sure that the season is a failure. If he doesn't win the championship, tells you a lot. He may feel that way, but I can assure him 99% of the basketball world feels otherwise. And if they don't get it done, he will feel the wrath. I can promise you that.
Back to our Stephen A. Smith. Much more from Stephen coming up on Sports Center from L.A. and Pacific. Thank you, Stephen A.
Okay.
It's tough, I want to be the guy that they go to, to get the job done.
A D.C. dilemma. Steven Strasburg speaking about possibly shutting it down before the postseason should the Nationals get there. Plus, friends, family, former teammates gathering to celebrate the life of Junior Seau at an emotional ceremony in San Diego.
Don't be sad today. Be happy. Because Junior lives through us. Everybody in here, everybody that he touched, he lives through us.
I love you, buddy. I miss you already, but I'll honor you the rest of my life. Thank you.
Will you marry me?
Yes.
Attention, see you at the dinner.
Create your own one-of-a-kind ring at Jared this Thursday through Sunday and receive Jet Set Diamonds rewards up to $1,000 toward a beautiful diamond set when you buy your diamond at Jared. Choose from thousands of diamonds and hundreds of settings.
Please return your fiancé to her original sunlight position.
Get up to $1,000 reward at Jared Big Olympiano Jewelry.
Diablo 3 for PC and Mac. Pre-order now at Diablo.com. Mature.
In the Outback, we love to go big. So for a limited time, enjoy our three-course steak dinner for the down-under price of just $11.99. Start with a soup or salad, then enjoy a juicy 6-ounce sirloin with a side, and finish up with a tasty apple picnic for dessert. And here's a big idea for gift giving. Get a free $10 bonus card for yourself when you buy $50 in gift cards for Mother's Day or even graduation. It's always fresh in the Outback.
I need new struts for my 2000 Toyota. Let me see struts by AC Delco, Monroe, and any under $50.
We might be able to get some struts from the warehouse.
Why watch the counterman tab on his computer? Hope he chooses the right part. Go to rockauto.com. Auto and body parts from hundreds of manufacturers. Choose the brands, prices, and features you want. Auto parts at the lowest price. Conveniently delivered to your home or business. Log on to rockauto.com. All the parts your car will ever need.
New opportunities are rising at Ecotech Institute in Denver, Colorado. The College of Renewable Energy and Environmental Sustainability. You'll get the hands-on training that can lead to a career in solar power, wind power, and renewable energy. Careers that let you work outdoors and define your future. Sustainable careers. Call Ecotech Institute in Denver, Colorado today at 877-326-5576. Make the world your workplace. 666.
Everybody getting into new Dole smoothie shakers. With real fruit and nothing with probiotics. Just shake it loose, add some juice, and shake it to make it. New Dole smoothie shakers. Please take responsibly.
A season-long pursuit will culminate in the crowning of the Premier League champion. One win and the title is theirs. Manchester City versus QPR. Sunday at 9:30 on ESPN2.
Back here on SportsCenter, Robert Flores, Linda Coe, Nationals and Reds. Red second baseman Brandon Phillips before the game tweeting. Today we host Babe Ruth and the Nationals for a 3-game series at Great American Ballpark. We assume that he's talking about the rookie Bryce Harper, who goes down looking via a Mike Lee. Off-speed pitch, third inning, Danny Espinosa. He does much better than Harper. 2-run blast, his second of the year. 6-0 Nationals. As for Gio Gonzalez, his pitch hand was so strong. Season high 9 strikeouts in 5 innings of work for Gio Gonzalez. Nationals 12-4 at home coming in, but just 7-8 on the road, but they had a good performance today. Bryce Harper did not. Grounds out the first and the 7th, and then heads to the dugout and reportedly, while in the clubhouse, he did this. Wait for it. Wait for it. That's G. Signaling to Harper. He's got Brandon Phillips that goes to third. So now you got runners at the corner. But take a look at Harper. Oh boy, his face is a crimson mask. Needed 10 stitches to get stayed in the game. More on that in just a second. As for Harper, he went 0 for 5, 3 strikeouts. He goes down here in the ninth. Nationals get the win, 7-3. But what happened to the rookie Bryce Harper? Here's their skipper, David Johnson.
We had a little accident there, by the way. Bryce made out, and he came in, I heard him come in the runway and just, I take it, he swung and hit the wall with his bat. When he hit the wall, the time back came back, and he, obviously, his left hand, he swings into the wall, and it, instead of breaking, he swoops back and hits it. I say that it's tomorrow, but more than likely he'll miss a couple games. Evidently, he went a little overboard because the bat bounced off the wall and cut his eye, and he needs stitches. And, that's not what you want to do. The equipment's supposed to take the part of it. But we'll address that.
Well, speaking of the Nationals, their pitcher Steven Strasburg 3-0 after beating the Pirates yesterday. Because of his injury history, he's at a 160-inning limit for the season. After last night's 6, he's at 44. He talks about the team-imposed limits on his season.
It's tough, I want to be the guy that they go to, to get the job done. And, when the chance of not being a part of it, we're down there trying to push to get into the playoffs. I mean, it's going to be a tough feeling. So, but at the same time, a lot can happen. So I'll just keep my fingers crossed.
All right, Braves Cardinals before the game, former Cardinals skipper Tony La Russa honored that his number retired. Several people took part in the ceremony, including Mark McGuire. Chipper Jones coming to bat the first. How about receiving a standing O from the diehard Cardinal fans? Class act, those Cardinal fans. Likely Jones' final series in St. Louis season.